These are good things to look at. Just looking at historical returns on different investments. We have stocks, bonds, and cash. So suppose your great grandmother invested $100 at the end of 1900 of each of these three funds that track the averages of stock, bond, and cash respectively. Assuming your investments grew at the rates given in 4.6, approximately how much would each investment be worth at the end of 2016? We're going to use I'm going to run it right here. We're going to use the formula that we used in the last section about the annual growth formula here. Okay. So your principal, I'm going to write up here, principal's $100. Your rate's going to change. Your Y would be 116. So that's quite a bit of years. Okay. And then you've got APR 0.046, 0.02, and 0.008. And $100 is which is a lot of money in that time, but it's a relatively small investment. So you might not be able to see, quite how significant this is, but that would be a very large investment in that time. But 0.046 to the power of Y, 116. That's your stocks. I'm just going to write each equation out. Bonds, you'd start with 100. 1 plus 0.02 to the power of 116. And then for cash, you're not going to get as much. Safer, but it's also, which, that's the higher percentage. They say the riskier the investment is, but we should know that generally over time, long periods of time, the stock market does increase. And so for the most part, it's a good investment. So apologize. 6.4, not 4.6. I had a moment there. That's going to make a huge difference on this too. So my mistake. Look at that, how huge of a difference that is. So that is a significant amount of money. So that $100 investment in the stocks, if it grew at that rate, which those type of things fluctuate, you would be well over 133,000 now. Bonds, so we'll look at 0.02. It'd be 994. So not quite the investment 0.53. Cash, you kind of expect this one's going to be a lot smaller. You're still going to make money, but it's just not going to be as quite as much. So, there's basically the rate that, and I know stocks are riskier, they are riskier, but if you kind of are able to get somebody that can kind of help advise you and move those stocks into those invest that is very stable stocks over time, you can get a rate like this and you can get a payoff similar to that. So if you're smart.